Hi, I'm Charlie Starr. The video you are about to watch is part of my free course, How to Read a Birth Chart. Signing up is easy. Simply subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and shoot me an email to the address in the description box below, letting me know you want to be enrolled. I will reply with a welcome email, including the syllabus and other free course materials. Then head on over to my channel page and find the How to Read a Birth Chart free course playlist. Hit play and follow the step-by-step instructions to become a true birth chart master. And now, back to this video. Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the ascendant and how to find the ascendant in your own birth chart or in the birth chart of somebody else. First, we're going to answer the question real quick. What is the ascendant? And then we're going to get into, right away, how to find the ascendant and what to do if you don't know what time you were born. Alright, so here we have, once again, our birth chart, our make-believe birth chart taken from today. And we're going to pretend that this is somebody's birth chart. This marking right here, the ascendant. Let me just circle it again for you guys. This is what we're looking for right here. And what that does is it tells you all the rest of the houses, which we're going to get into, all the different houses in the next few videos in this module. So 1, 2, 3, 4th house, 5th house, etc., etc. The ascendant is super important for that reason, right? So we're not just finding out what the person's rising sign is and interpreting that, but that tells us where every single other sign and planet actually falls in that person's chart. So the simple way that you find this is you would need, I'm going to write it down. You're going to need the date of birth. So you're going to want your day, month, and the year. And then you're also going to need to know, let me see if this is showing up. Yeah, it is. Okay. You're also going to know the city, state, country that you were born in. And then the last thing, this is the thing that tells you the rising sign, okay? So this is important. This is the time of birth. You can use local time in most calculators because you've already entered in the city, state, and country, so they'll know what time zone to use. So this is the thing that trips most people up. So the ascendant, like obviously there's 12 signs, and there's 24 hours in a day. So this moves, the sign that is on the ascendant moves every 2 hours approximately. The easiest way to find out what time you were born is by looking at your birth chart, or not, sorry, not your birth chart, your birth certificate. And your birth certificate should have your time of birth. But some of the older birth certificates don't, some of the birth certificates from other countries don't. So if you don't have either the time stamped on your birth certificate, or if you don't have your birth certificate, or if they had the wrong time on your birth certificate and you know it's the wrong time, like for example, this happened to somebody I knew, they just charted the wrong time for the birth time, and they only knew that because of their mom telling them, then how are you going to find this out, right? So the first thing to do is to ask about when you were born from the people that were there. Particularly, the mother is usually the one that's going to remember most specifically when you were born, but other people that were there when you were born or around the time that you were born may also have a good idea of when that was. And they might not know the exact time, but they might say like, oh, we were having dinner and you went into, your mom went into labor and then we rushed to the hospital and you probably had the baby like within an hour. So then you know like, okay, so it was probably around maybe like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., something like that, right? So you're getting like kind of like a general idea, or you might find out like you were born in the middle of the day, right? That's more rare. A lot of people are born at full moons, so you'll see a lot of that. That's the first thing. So right now what I'm basically doing is I'm teaching you how to kind of like self-rectify your chart. So rectification is a process by which an astrologer will take information from you about your life and then retroactively calculate what your birth chart looks like, what your ascendant sign is based on that. So then basically when you have kind of an idea of what you think, like say you know that it's around maybe like 8 p.m. So then punch in 8 p.m. local time and see what pops up. And if this ascendant, this little AS, is like somewhere in the middle of that, like say it's at 15 degrees, you can have a pretty good idea that that's the correct sign for the ascendant. If it's on the edge, right, like say it's at 29 degrees or it's at 1 degree of a sign, there is a higher likelihood that the sign is off, because basically it's just a matter of like minutes as to whether that is their actual rising sign or whether the sign before it or the sign after it is actually their rising sign. But if you have a decent idea of the window that they were born in and that lands them at right in the middle of the sign, you can be relatively confident that that is accurate. Okay, so this is also a service that I provide. Can't remember if I have it on my website or not, but if you are having a difficult time figuring out what your birth chart looks like because you don't have your time of birth, go ahead and shoot me an email and we can do a rectification for you. But I hope that helped you guys get somewhat of an idea about how potentially you could rectify your own birth chart and figure out what sign is your rising sign so that you know where all your other houses are. If you're still not really sure, but you want to do your own rectification process, just continue to take the course, because we're about to jump right into the houses and talk about what each of the houses describe, what each part of your life each of the houses are. And understanding the houses is going to help you do your own rectification process. It is probably the most important thing to know in order to do your rectification. So let's get into it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to hit like, and that helps YouTube share this course with more people that want to take this free course.